This is twist pickup. Looking specifically at four-man even fronts. So the biggest thing you need to understand when it comes to twist pickup is number one is you got to understand the situation. Understanding when it is that they're going to twist. It usually happens on second and long, third and medium to third and long, 2-minute situations, and a half situations. It's really where you got to be looking at twists unless you're just a big twist team. Second thing is you got to understand alignment. Okay, so you're looking for the situations, kind of like what we talk about when you're setting. What's the situation? Also got to understand if you have help or not. Second part is the alignment. Are they in a twist alignment? And we'll talk about situations and alignment in this. But the biggest key in all this is that you have to stop number one. If you stop number one in the twist or the penetrator, it's a good chance that you can pick it up. If you don't stop number one, it doesn't matter if you pick up the looper because number one is going to affect the entire play. So in this play here, we are running probably a 603 type of protection. Whatever it is, it's array. So we're manned up tackle, manned up guard, A gap, B gap, C gap. So if it is a longer down and distance, that could be one thing. But one thing to know here, at least against our defense, is when you start getting like double G, two eyes, we call that a rider front, we should be thinking we're getting some type of twist. In this type of twist, tend to call it a Tommy. It says if you set here, both these guys are coming in. So whichever way that the center goes, that guy picks the hip, and if he goes to you, you loop. So if you understand it pre-snap, we got a chance to understand what we're going to get. So if we're running an array, and if we make a twist alignment call here, and we say, hey, watch the twist, our man side guard is going to have to stop the penetrator. He's going to have to protect the center and stop him from picking his hip. The center needs to set with a little bit of depth so that this guy can't get to his hip. So as the center sets, he sees that this guy's coming in. He sees a hi-hat in the loop. The center needs to make a switch call. He needs to yell, switch, 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 and come back very aggressively to try to take over this defender. But he's going to have to do it quick. It's hard for the center because everything happens quicker in the middle. At the guard, he's going to have to protect him as well. So the guard, make sure number one is handled. Then we're going to switch that off. Once one is handled, we can come back out to number two. But if we end up switching this early, if the guard just comes here and comes off and gets up number two, one's going to be right in the face. But if we take care of number one, even if we don't get number two, the quarterback can step up away from the looper. So always taking care of number one. Everybody else still has to be able to do their job. Okay, so situational football here. This is just 1st and 10. You can see the sticks right up here. It's 1st and 10. It may be a 2-minute drill. Who knows? Okay, but if we're looking at this pre-snap, the alignment is what's tipping us off pre-snap to tell us what's up. So we're running a loo in this situation. So the guard, because the center setting here, if they're yelling twist pre-snap, we know what's coming. This guard has got to help protect the center's hip so he doesn't get picked off. The center's going to have to set for a little bit of depth on this so that this guy doesn't have free access to his hip. So the guard actually should start with a post instead of a kick, but he does do a good job of protecting the center's hip right there so the center can get over. As the center sets, he sees a hi-hat, really soft set on the nose guard. It's a matter of coming back over here, and really you're almost trying to trap that guy out, take him over. Guard does a great job of stopping number one. If the center doesn't get over and if he can't switch him off and this guy runs free, fine, the quarterback can step out of the way of a big, heavier defensive lineman. But we got to take care of number one. So this is a good job of forcing the switch. Okay, down in distance on this. Can't really see it very well. But pre-snap, it could be that. It could also be if it's 3rd and long and we see that these guys are tight. Another way to be able to see it pre-snap is if you look, if one guy's tighter to the line of scrimmage and one guy's deeper. Another way to be able to see tip-offs for twist, or if a guy's really light on his hand one way or the other. But they're running that middle twist here. Okay, it looks like we are running a loop. So as the guard sets and he starts at the post, he's inside. He's got to protect the center. Great job protecting the center, and actually protects him and shoves him all the way over in the A gap. Really helps the center out. As the center sees it, he hits his depth. Biggest deal here is when he sees it, the center's got to come back over with a lot of power and bang into that. Guard again, good job protecting him. Get the looper over the top. Good job handling the middle twist. Down in distance here. Again, it looks like it's a long yardage. You can see the sticks. Okay, so either it's second and extra long or third and extra long. So we should be thinking we're probably getting some type of twist or some type of garbage defense up front. This protection, we were running a ray. Okay. So in this look over here, we're running a ray. We got A gap, B gap, C gap, D tackle, 5 technique. So if I'm on the man side over here, it's second and long, man side, and I've got a wide 3 technique. I need to say to the guard, twist, 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 and I need to set for depth. If I set for depth, the reason I set for depth, if I'm setting vertical, this guy can't hit my hip. If I go for width, it's easier for this guy to hit my hip and pick me off for this guy to loop over the top. If I get vertical, he can't get to my hip. So it picks up the twist really well. The problem is if they bring power rush, the chance you can get delivered back into the quarterback. So when we vertical set, we are looking, number one, for the twist. We don't have to worry about this guy. Our eyes need to be here and see the twist motions and movements by the defensive end. But our eyes need to be here, and we got to get to our spot. So with the left tackle here, he's doing a decent job of getting to a spot with depth. He's turning, though. Turning too quick on it. He ends up getting on it, but we got to understand, explode to your spot. Right here, he's gonna go 1, 2, and we're looking. We got to get 2 full kicks and then understand what he's going to do. Because if you're to your spot, you can handle the power. You can handle all the stuff. But if you're reading him to your spot, it ain't going to work. The left guard, he sets straight up 3 technique. No rush. Keep your stripe inside. Keep your hips down and fight for a base. You can't get up and lean. Now, zone side twist should be easy usually. So if we're running a ray here, and I'll start with the zone side tackle. He sets, the DN goes in. You can follow him in, but your eyes belong to the gap. So his eyes should be over here for a corner or a linebacker. As a guard sets, he should be given presence with his eyes on the defensive end. The end crosses his face, fine, go with him. Center sets, he's looking to get 2 steps in the ground, stop the penetration, put it to his help. Here comes twist. Should be an easy pickup over here on the twist side, and it was. It's just a matter of over here, we thought twist, we had the right idea, but we got to get to our spot explosively so that when we do set, that we don't get the pocket caved in and collapse. Because again, we're still looking for that dish type mentality. We don't want to have that narrow pocket here in the middle. Okay, I believe we are in a loo here. Okay, so right tackle's manned up, right guard's manned up, A gap, B gap, C gap. So based on situation, really can't see what the situation is here because, we got second and long is what it looks like. Not sure if it's a 2-minute or what it may end up being. But as we set, we're on the zone side. So as the left tackle sets, number one, you're on the zone side. You shouldn't have to worry about twists. You can be proactive on this thing unless you think you got pressure and you have to set vertical. Other than that, zone side, we should not be setting vertical. So as we set, we went out and then we went back. As we set, our eyes belong to the gap. We can give a backside hand, but our eyes belong to the gap. It's not your job to switch it off over here. Same thing for the left guard. We're on a zone side. I should be setting stripe to stripe on this guy. Stripe to stripe. There is no switch call. Let it slant, let it eat. The center's there to pick it up. So I should be able to just stay in my gap and let the center pick this thing up. Because as the center sets, it should be left foot, right foot. My eyes are in my gap. I see the 3 go away. Something's coming back or something's coming back. So I just want to get depth and be patient. As a guard set, it should set to the near eye. Stuff it. We're a little bit stacked right there. Want to stay out of the stack. The tackle over here, if it's third and long, isn't worried about a TE because it's a nose guard. It could be an NE, but that's a lot more space and you're protected. So in this one, the tackle should be able to set however the hell it is he wants because he shouldn't be worried about twisting this type of look. So go ahead and take half the space. Be proactive on that thing. Just be careful when you turn your hips.